Welcome to the Fireside, where to commemorate the recent release of the third volume of Love, Death, and Robots, I'll be giving my thoughts on all the shorts of the first volume. Let's burn fire! Starting off the anthology is Sonny's Edge, where our titular Sonny competes in this really kick-ass Pokemon meets Pacific Rim monster battle tournament thingy in a beautifully bleak and gritty cyberpunk type setting. While the dialogue is kinda cheesy and exposition heavy, this short has such a great atmosphere that I can kinda look past that. Overall, a pretty good start to the anthology that would make a pretty awesome video game. Next up is 3 Robots, which stars, surprise surprise, 3 robots, as they tour a post-apocalyptic Earth and try to make sense of a long-extinct human civilization.
Who even designed them?
It's unclear. We checked their code, no creator signature.
Now this one is a fan favorite, so much so that it got a sequel in Volume 3, and I can definitely see why. Our 3 main characters have such distinctive personalities, and their interactions are really cute and fun. Even the one that's just a pyramid with a voiceover done using a text-to-speech program manages to have so much personality. In fact, I'd say the text-to-speech voice makes her dry one-liners even funnier, and she kinda reminds me of Dorothy from Big O. From the art director behind Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse comes The Witness, where a stripper witnesses a man commit a murder, forcing her to run away from him. But not before stopping at her job at a strip club so she can spend the last 3/4 of the short naked. Sure, that doesn't feel the least bit forced or contrived. Yeah, this short is pretty trashy, boring, and the plot twist at the end is really only somewhat interesting. But it does have a pretty cool art style. From the makers of Sonny's Edge comes Suits, where a farming community uses mech suits to defend their homes from giant alien insects. Now, at first glance, it's easy to dismiss this short as promotional material for an unreleased mobile game that I want to play, because honestly, that's what it probably is. But I assure you it's far more interesting than that. The visuals were great, the battle had me at the edge of my seat, and the characters were all extremely memorable. They all had such distinctive personalities, and they had a really great dynamic. I'd kinda like to see more done with these characters, or at least get a chance to play this mobile game. From the studio behind Gendy Tartakovsky's Primal comes The Sucker of Souls. Now, what is The Sucker of Souls, you ask? Something that should have been a series, that's what it is. But let me explain. This short centers around a team of mercenaries tasked with protecting an archaeological dig when they accidentally end up awakening Dracula. With likable characters, smart dialogue, and sharp action scenes animated in gorgeous French 2D animation, I'd totally watch a series about these mercenaries going on missions and battling supernatural horrors. Kinda like an adult Johnny Quest or Secret Saturdays. In this short, as the name implies, Yogurt becomes omniscient and takes over the world, and that's it. It's boring, it's pretentious, the art style's lame, and I have no idea why this is a fan favorite. When a crew of space explorers go into Cryosleep for a voyage beyond the Aquila Rift, they end up parsecs off course, which by chance reunites their captain with his old flame. But all is not as it seems, and the short ends with this beautifully Lovecraftian ending that made me go,
Sweet creamery butter!
The first time I saw it. But in between, we're treated to a sex scene that goes on for almost a minute, and is followed by a 2-minute talking head scene with a topless woman. That's roughly 20% of this otherwise beautifully creepy short dedicated to fan service. Look, sex and nudity have their place in storytelling, especially a story like this, but when it's this excessive, it just feels trashy. In under 17 minutes, this short manages to fit an insane amount of world building, character development, lore, and even historical allegory, and yet it flows perfectly and not once does it feel rushed or contrived. Seriously, the writers of this short deserve an award, after they give an award to the animators for these gorgeous visuals. I'm gonna have to double down and make a full in-depth review of this short because there's actually so much going on here that I can't do it justice in this one spot on a list video, though it's probably gonna have to be on my Odyssey channel because this short delves into some issues that are not YouTube friendly. Also, keep their pants on! A guy lives in a garbage dump with this giant trash monster, and that's it. While it does have a kind of wholesome message about feeling at home, and the animation is technically good on a technical level, but it is really gross, ugly, and unpleasant to look at. Also, keep their pants on. So I didn't originally plan for this video to be a two-parter, but as it turns out, reviewing 18 shorts turned out to be a much bigger undertaking than I originally thought. So in the meantime, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and boost if you're watching on Odyssey. Also, feel free to follow me on Mastodon. You guys fuel my fire.